Hi, Kinaway members. It's Brendon coming to you from Kinaway in Richmond. As you probably well know, I am the small business wellbeing clinician. I was appointed here during COVID, and was the service was to provide support to all the business owners and also your staff and families when it came to any stress and anxiety that you may have been going through. You've probably seen the phone number that's been sent out on many different forums and platforms. It is 1-800-KINAWAY. My name is Brendon. And just remember, guys, this service that is provided is completely free. There's no charge for it, and it's also any chats that you might like to have completely confidential and private. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be about work. It could be about something that's going on at home, relationships, family, all that sort of stuff. It's sometimes just good to speak to someone who's impartial, neutral, but also has your best interests at heart. So don't forget that service is available to you guys. It's Brendon. I work from Monday to Friday, 9 till 5. And the number is 1-800-KINAWAY. We're releasing a few videos as part of a wellbeing kind of campaign. You may have seen the last one that I did, I think it was in September or last month in October, and that was around setting goals. I've got another one today that I'd like to just present to you, and it's around your values. So I'll go through a bit of stuff that I've researched and see if this resonates with anybody when it comes to your own personal values, and see if you can get anything out of it. But I'll go through some of this dialogue with you, and hopefully it just gives you a little bit more, I don't know, maybe direction, or just helps you out in some small way. Look, if you can get anything out of any of these videos, then it's a good thing. But I'll go through some of this stuff on values, and see if you enjoy any of it. So to kick it off, I want you to think about the most loyal person you know, or the most creative, the most generous, or the most individual or compassionate. We all have people in our lives who stand out in a particular way. There's a reason for this. These people stand out for us because of their strong values. What are values? Where do they come from? How do they affect our lives? These are essential questions for everyone who wants to live a meaningful life and a fulfilling life. So your values are the things that you believe in, or believe are important in the way you live and work. They should determine your priorities, and deep down, they're probably the measures you use to tell if your life is turning out the way you want it to. When the good things that you do and the way you behave match your values, life is usually good. You're satisfied and content. But when these don't align with your personal values, that's when things feel wrong. This can be a real source of unhappiness. This is why making a conscious effort to identify your values is so important. Values are the fundamental beliefs that govern our lives. They inspire how we act and speak. They guide our decisions about everything from career to personal growth. They embody the person we want to be, influencing how we treat others and how we interact with the world. To state it plainly, values are the core of who we are. There are two types of values: personal values and cultural values. What are personal values? These are our own beliefs about right or wrong. They belong to us personally, and they shape the way we look at the world. Cultural values are those that are accepted by the societies we grow up in. These values vary by both place and context, but their effects on our lives can be just as powerful as personal values. Company values and religious values are examples of cultural values. Types of personal values include individual values and group values, such as groups of friends and family. So where do values come from? Our values are formed most powerfully in childhood. Children are like sponges, soaking up the world around them, but this world is relatively small. They typically pick up on the values of close family members. Values also come from our efforts to earn the love we crave. Children want to be accepted, and they will adopt the values and beliefs they need in order to earn that approval. Personal values are also affected by current experiences and the people we surround ourselves with. Ever hear the phrase, you are who your friends are? We pick up little pieces from other people and our family, friends, and significant others, the characteristics that we like. Then we discard the characteristics that we don't like. The end result is our existing personal values and beliefs. Both of these help you to determine whether something is good or bad. So how do values help you? Values exist whether you recognize them or not. Life can be much easier when you acknowledge your values and when you make plans and decisions that honor them. If you value family, but you have to work 70 hours a week in your job, will you feel internal stress and conflict? And if you don't value competition and you work in a highly competitive sales environment, are you likely to be satisfied with your job? In these types of situations, understanding your values can really help. When you know your own values, you can use them to make decisions, set goals around your life, and how to live your life. And you can answer questions like these. What job should I pursue? Should I accept this promotion? Should I start my own business? Should I compromise or be firm with my position? Should I follow tradition or travel down a new path? So take the time to understand the real priorities in your life, and you'll be able to determine the best direction for you and your life goals. And a little tip, values are usually fairly stable, yet they don't have strict limits or boundaries. Also, as you move through life, your values may change. For example, when you start a new career, success measured by money and status might be the top priority. But after you have a family, work-life balance may be what you value more. As your definition of success changes, so do your personal values. This is why keeping in touch with your values is a lifelong exercise. You should continuously revisit this, especially if you start to feel unbalanced and you can't quite figure out why. As you go through the exercise, bear in mind that values that are important in the past may not be relevant now. How one's personal values are defined is based on the feelings and sentiments one holds about themselves and the world around them. Personal values can be positive and lead to self-esteem and fulfillment. They can also be negative and be based on limiting beliefs. These values can cause problems with relationships and our overall interactions with the world at large. So types of personal values in life, it depends on the context. There are many different types of personal values, but most can be grouped into those based on morals, aesthetics, or family. So moral values, right? They help us determine what's right or wrong. These types of values are based on laws, religious beliefs, or politics. Continents, states, and cities tend to develop broad moral values, which are then passed down to those who live in the society. Once they are passed down to us, we then adopt them with personal values. Aesthetic values help us make judgments on beauty, artistic talent, or music. Aesthetic values are more individualized, but can be heavily influenced on how we were raised, who we spend time with, and the aesthetic values of our culture. Family values vary from family to family. They relate to how time is spent together, how those within the family unit are treated, and the structure of the family. The ultimate answer to what are values is often that they are the same as your family's values, or at least they start that way. After all, the initial source of your values is typically the immediate family. Some personal value examples. There are many examples of personal values in life because different things matter to different people. It's hard to produce an exhaustive list, but I've got a few that will help you grasp the concept and start to establish your own list of personal values. Learning. If you are constantly finding ways to feed your mind with new information and enjoy talking to others so you can discover more about them, learning is likely to be one of your important personal values. Another one is individuality. You know, do you march to the beat of your own drum and reject the status quo? If you define yourself strictly by your own standards and consistently disregard what others believe is the right way to live your life, then you value individuality. Another one might be independence. You know, the concept of freedom, including physical, emotional, or financial freedom, is highly important to you. You live a life where the only limit to yourself, the only limit is yourself, and you pull from your strength and perseverance to make things happen. Or generosity is another good value. You know, if one of your personal values is generosity, you embody the belief that the secret to living is giving, and you likely spend much of your time volunteering or donating or finding other ways to give back. So defining your values, when you define your personal values, you discover what's truly important to you. A good way to start doing this is to look back on your life, to identify when you felt really good and really confident that you were making good choices. So step one, identify the times when you were happiness. Find examples from both your career and personal life, and this will ensure some balance in your answers. What were you doing? Were you with other people, and who? And what other factors contributed to your happiness? So once you've identified the times when you're most happiness, then identify the times when you were most proud. Use examples again from your career and personal life. Why were you proud? Did other people share in your pride, and who? And what other factors contributed to the feelings of pride? The third step, identify the times when you were most fulfilled and satisfied. Again, work and personal examples. What need or desire was fulfilled? How and why did the experience give your life meaning? You know, what other factors contributed to you feeling fulfilled? And you know, the fourth step, determine your top values based on your experience of happiness, pride, and fulfillment. Why is each experience truly important and memorable? So I've got a list of common personal values just to help you get started. If you've got a piece of paper and a pen handy, I'll share my screen with some personal values, and you can write a few down that really just sort of immediately just resonate with you. I'll see if I can do this now. Share screen. There, and share. So let's go through a couple of these. I won't go through all of them, obviously. But see, if you've got a piece of paper and a pen, it doesn't matter if you don't, because you can go back and watch the video again and go through this exercise if you want when you've got a bit more time. But let's go through a bit to the accuracy, accountability, ambition, balance, being the best, calmness, clear-minded, compassionate, consistent, control. We can go down the list. Curiosity, determination. If you can see any that resonate with you, write them down. Excitement, fairness, fitness, freedom, fun, generosity, happiness, hard work, health, honesty, honor, perfection, positivity, reliability, self-control, selflessness, sensitivity, service, speed, stability, strategic, strength, structure. We'll go back to the other side. What have we got? Determination, diligence, economy, efficiency, empathy, equality, joy, leadership, love, did I say family? Yeah, family's there. Yep. Sorry. Loyalty, making a difference. So see if you can write a few of these down. And what we'll do is quick exercise. Stop sharing now. Can you stop sharing? Oh, yeah, stop sharing. There we go. All right. So hopefully you've written a couple of those things down. Now we need to prioritize your top ones. So this step's probably the most difficult because you'll have to look deep inside yourself, and this will require you to do a little bit of time. And it's also an important step because when making a decision, you'll have to choose between solutions that may satisfy different values. This is when you must know which value is more important to you. So you've written down, say, write down your top values, right, in no particular order, and then look at the first two and ask yourself, if I could satisfy only one of these, which would I choose? It might help you visualize a situation in which you could have to make that choice. For example, if you compare the values of service and stability, imagine that you must decide whether to sell your house and move to another country to do valuable foreign aid work, or keep your house and volunteer to do charity work closer to home. So which one's more important, service or stability? And keep working through your list by comparing each value with each other value until your list is in correct order. Check your top priority values and make sure that they fit with your life and your vision for yourself. Ask us to, do these values make you feel good about yourself? Are you proud of your top 3 values? Would you be comfortable and proud to tell your values to people you respect and admire? And do these values represent things you would support, even if your choice isn't popular and it puts you in the minority? When you consider your values in decision making, you can be sure to keep your sense of integrity and what you know is right, and approach decisions with confidence and clarity. You'll also know that what you're doing is best for your current and future happiness and satisfaction. Making value-based choices may not always be easy. However, making a choice that you know is right is a lot less difficult in the long run. Some key points is identifying and understanding your values is a challenging and important exercise. Your personal values are a central part of who you are and who you want to be. By becoming more aware of these important factors in your life, you can use them as a guide to make the best choice in any situation. Some of life decisions are really about determining what you value most. When many options seem reasonable, it's helpful and comforting to rely on your values and use them as a strong guiding force to point you in the right direction. So how do you define your personal values? If you aren't sure what your personal values are, start with thinking about what makes you feel good. These emotions will serve as a good guide to defining your personal values. Ask yourself some questions to dive deeper into your true thoughts and feelings. These feelings are driven by your personal values. Here's I've got a list of questions to get you started. When you think about your life, what is the most important aspect? What sort of news or stories inspire you? What sort of news or stories depress you? If you could change anything about the world, what would it be? When were you the happiest? At what point in your life were you the saddest? Who do you admire the most in life? And what about them is admirable to you? So these questions will provide answers that will reveal your personal values in life. Once you have a list of important values, you can start to prioritize your life according to what is most important to you. So why do values matter? What are personal values if not a source of guidance throughout our lives? Our values shape us. They make us who we are. And there's nothing wrong with that. They are a set of rules that dictate how we interact with and judge other people. Our values also determine how we view ourselves and how we see the world. Most importantly, values deeply affect our personal relationships. We bring this set of rules into every connection we make, and with rules come expectations. So we have pet peeves and our perceived concept of how things should be. Sometimes these rules are valid Other times they're just plain silly. We often impose our personal values on our partner without telling them about our expectations or needs, which only results in disappointment and frustration. How can someone live up to a standard if they don't know what the standard is? Think about it. Now, when you say or hear things like, if you loved me, you wouldn't do X, Y, Z. That is a value that we expect the people around us to follow. Ever get upset because someone didn't do something they said they would do? That is also a value. But not letting people let in on our expectations is why expectations are so dangerous. They can't fulfill a commitment that they didn't know they had. We get upset with each other all the time because someone did something to violate one of our personal values. In unhealthy relationships, each person uses the other as a constant sounding board for some rule the other one has violated, resulting in punishment that further harms the partnership. Knowing the answer to the question, what are values, and being able to define your own personal set of rules is essential to building healthy, long-term relationships. When our values don't complement those of our partner, conflict almost always ensures. And when our rules become unreasonable and make our relationships more difficult, then we need to reevaluate the relationships. Perhaps it's time to reshape our beliefs and values so they create more harmony, not conflict. Or maybe we have to find a partner or a group of friends that is more aligned with our personal values. So where do values come from, and how do they help or hinder you? These are beliefs having a positive impact on your success and relationships, or are they holding you back? By taking an objective look at your beliefs and deciding how you can alter them to better suit your goals, you can ultimately find more fulfillment. So I'll finish there. That was just a bit of research that I did on values. They're really important, particularly when we think about the last video we did around the setting goals. Set your goals around your values. But if you get a chance, have a look at those. Have a look at that exercise again with a list of values, and see if you can pull anything out of that, and then go through, put them in that priority list. See if you can get something out of that. I hope you do. As I said, these wellbeing videos, I'll probably post one a month for the next little while. It's all going to be around wellbeing, mental health, but it's something that you can hopefully improve your lives and give you some really positive direction. And don't forget, guys, my name is Brendon. I am your wellbeing or small business wellbeing clinician based at Kinaway. The number is 1-800-Kinaway. I'm available for any kind of private chat about anything if you like, and it is completely free, and it's a service provided by Kinaway to all you business members of Kinaway, also your staff and your family. So it's available to you guys, 1-800-Kinaway, Monday to Friday, 9 till 5. My name is Brendon. Thanks for watching the video on values. Hope you got something out of it. And until next time, take care of each other, and see you soon. Cheers. Bye.